Ha! That was weird. I tried to use my hotkeys and it turned my stream off. And my hotkeys are still not working. I don't know what the fuck. I have no explanation for that. Lovely. My apologies for that. Alright, so randomly for no reason my hotkeys aren't working, so great. Alright, whatever. I guess I'll just have to do it manually. That was pretty dumb. I don't know why that... Oh, now they're working. Okay. Alright then. Whatever. It may be because I had numlock off. I should really not use my numpad for hotkeys, because I keep forgetting about numlock. In all of my years of using a computer, I don't know what numlock actually does. No idea. Not a clue. Alright, TBT. Okay, then. He's got a carbot portrait. That means he must be better than me. Let's see about that, shall we? Alright, let's rock and roll. Getting a wee bit of lag to NA BattleNet today. Surprisingly. Not sure what's causing that. Well, it's Terran. Don't necessarily need to wall off, but we can. I don't think it's nice to be able to prevent a scout, but on a map like this, it's unlikely we're going to prevent anything. So, it's Terran, so I think I'll just do my standard opening, which is gas, Reaper reactor, into fairly standard tank-heavy play. Could mech. Mech might not be the worst idea ever. Wow, this lag's actually really annoying.
What's going on?
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Extremely irritating. Hopefully it evens out. Oh, is he really not going to scout me? I would have thought he would have scouted by now. He may just be scouting with the Reaper, though, as well, so... it's a possibility. Alright. We'll both do the Reaper thing. Hopefully I can catch and kill his Reaper. That gives me a nice little edge in the early game, at least.
Insufficient Vespine gas. Insufficient Vespine
Should start that
gas.
a little earlier. Yeah, we got a reactor, and then just probably expand from there, I think. I wouldn't expect a huge amount of aggression. This doesn't really work for the most part. I should really get an overlay, actually. That has at least my song information in there or something, because people do keep asking. If you do want to find out what it is that I am listening to, then you can usually find that on my Last FM page. It's all reported there. Alright, expansion coming in. Well, if he was going to send a Reaper, he certainly hasn't tried to do it yet. But we'll look up this ramp. No expansion there. Okay. Getting up this ramp with a Reaper is a bit difficult, but not impossible. Oh wow, he really slacked off on his units, didn't he? Surprisingly so. I don't like to micro here, but I'm wasting a ton of his mining time, and I'm still building stuff of my own, so it kind of works. Not only that, but I actually might get a ton of his SCVs out of this. Yeah, I'm gonna get 3, which is ridiculous, and I should never be allowed to do that. Okay. Now let's just leave with the Reaper. I killed 3 SCVs and got a full scout. I mean, that's... You couldn't ask for any better than that. Puts me nicely ahead, and I managed to keep up my macro for the most part while I was doing that, so... Hard to complain. I'll be unsupply blocked in a second. Once this is finished building. I'm really, really surprised he let me pull that. I'm gonna hide my Reaper behind there, maybe get another SCV kill out of it. And then we'll swap over, get some Hellions. Tech lab down there. Second. It almost makes me think he's proxying something, but he'd have to be proxying some pretty hardcore nonsense. He finished his command center before me, so it looks like he just went straight at 1-Rack's command center. Which in theory would actually help him get an economic lead over me, but since I killed 3 of his SCVs, I think I've cancelled that out. I'm gonna get a starport up and look for a possible Hellion drop here. Engineering bay going. I don't want to send too many of those down there. Okay, I'm going to scout again, because he hasn't taken his expansion yet, which is a little weird. He's going mech. I can actually finish off that SCV now. There we go. Sweet. Okay, he's going mech. Good to know. Let's make sure that's actually on the right hotkey. I'm messing up everything here. A bit rusty, to say the least. Oh, we should be able to sort that out momentarily. I think drop into his base. I'm still concerned about... I mean, what is he actually doing? He's spending so long on one base. I'm thinking I actually might get a second starport and build a Banshee or 2 here. And my logic behind that is, well, I have a feeling he's going to have some, like, weird 2-base all-in nonsense. No, he's just built a tank in his base. He's just playing super, super safe. Alright, well, let's hide my Reaper here. Make sure that I'm actually building properly. Transfer some workers down. Okay, I'm sitting on a ton of money, so... I think we'll just build 3 more barracks. Okay, I've got a drop ready. So, drop his main. Do as much damage as possible there. Plenty of units there. Get the barracks on there. And just build a couple of Banshees, because it seems like, again, he is going extremely heavy into tanks. Alright, now pick off some workers. Alright, he's not actually, he's just going straight bio. Okay. Alright, well... maybe that's not the best idea I've ever had then, but considering he probably doesn't have a defense for that, let's get a couple of Banshees in the mid-game, as weird as it sounds. I already have an economic lead on this guy. So, let's see if we can extend it by doing more damage. Ooh, okay. Oh, missile turrets, lots of them, okay. Let's get right into the middle of that mineral line if we're going to be taking tank fire. Might as well do damage to him as well. Alright, so the Banshees were clearly a mistake. Waste of time. I should just be playing straight bio. Let's cancel Cloak, and we'll build just 1 Banshee. Swap that out, get a... there we go. He's got a couple of tanks, I think, but that's really about it. We could maybe poke at the back. We didn't do too much damage with that drop, so that wasn't very good. But I think we just need bioforces now. A second engineering bay. What the fuck are these guys doing? Jesus. Let's put a Hellion there and a Hellion there just to maintain map control. Yeah, the Banshee around the side. Make sure he's got no ninja bases or anything along those lines. Start producing Marines at a prodigious rate. Get a missile turret of my own there. Think about taking the 3rd base. Yeah, why not? I wouldn't mind down the back just to try and deal with any drop that comes our way. Okay. Build units. Let's make sure we get combat shields. Kind of important. Could maybe get it, considering how heavy he's going. In fact, I'm gonna just supply drop here. What the fuck? Have you seen what's going on with my fucking workers? I don't even understand. I must have a hotkey that's fucking with it or something. Because this happens a lot. Alright, let's have a look at his mineral line. Oh, he's building a turret there, so we can easily shut that down. Kill a few more workers. It's pretty easy to escape out the back as well. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that kind of keeps him in place. We've got a couple of medevacs. I think we're just going to straight up outmass him at this point. There we go. Keep working on upgrades. I assume he has not taken a third base. We'll double check. Okay, I've got most of his guys locked down there with that Banshee, which is lovely, because that means I know where they are. So I think we'll just build up. I don't know how many tanks... Oh, he's got quite a lot of tanks. Which is going to make things a little bit difficult. Okay, well, if he's going to play passive, then we should expand a lot. Take, like, 4 bases. Get more barracks, get massive macro going, and then just crush him. I may be able to do some drop play, but I'm not entirely convinced that I could do a lot of damage with it, considering the amount of missile turrets he's got. I just moved away there, so that means he's got his missile turret up. He's got one there too. That at least means his army's a bit smaller. There are still some positions in the base that I can drop. It's just a little bit difficult. I'm going to make that a planetary because I don't trust my ability to protect it. Better that than to lose it. There we go. Use my spare to build a missile turret at the back. Okay, so there aren't really any... He's basically turtling up pretty heavily. Just to be expected. So, can I kill him with pure bio? Maybe. I'd probably need a few more marauders to try and crack that. Okay, he's taking another base. Alright. Let's drop right into the middle of it and kill as many of these mules as possible. Should be able to kill a fair amount of them. Yeah, pretty much all of them. Worth fighting that just to kill the mules, I think. What's his upgrades like? Piss poor. Okay, good. Right, we can take a lead on him in that respect. He does have a lot of tanks, though. I'll have to still have a fairly good fight, I think. If I want to make that work. Make sure we get concussive shell. 2-2 is... Oh, damn, I didn't start the second upgrade. That was pretty stupid. I may need some tanks of my own. Okay, I've got some additional workers here. Got some additional workers here. You could just go straight up battlecruiser from this position. Like, get 8 gas, go BCs on 4 bases. That would probably do the trick. I haven't noticed any Vikings, so I'm thinking air might actually be a pretty great idea. So let's get fusion core. Get a bunch more minerals. There we go. So basically, I've got a ground army, and then I can sort of get some battle cruisers going. Swap that up there. There we go. Okay, this is where the problems are going to start, isn't it? So he scans that. Working on those. Alright, he's going to attack me now before I even have a chance at doing that. I think if we load everything up, we might be able to flank him with the drop.
Mineral field depleted.
Depends what he's trying to attack. Okay. I think we've got to drop on that as we attack. That's the only way this is actually going to work. He's got me under siege now. I mean, I could just drop his base, but I need to kill what he's got here. I do have a reasonable amount of reload potential. Alright, he's going for me now. Boost right into the center of his tanks. And attack. Which should... I think I've got enough to destroy his army? Yeah. I think I'm good. Now he's just lagging, but that's fine. He's dead anyway. So, yeah, that absolutely crushed him. He made the mistake of leaving his tanks alone. So now I can just rapidly reload faster than he can, destroy his Vikings, gain full air superiority, switch out to battlecruisers, and kill him. Okay, BC's on the way. Here we go. Let's get weaponry fit. These guys are mined out, so let's send them over here. Gas is okay. I actually need more minerals. Most of them need gas at this point. Yeah. If he'd positioned himself better, that would have been a much harder contain to break, but as it stands, he kind of just let me have that. I'm going to send that drop around the side in the meantime. Let's get 2 more starports up, increase BC production, get the armory up. There we go. Yeah, if you're going to do that with your tanks, like, you're just asking for trouble. Protect your tanks. And then just slowly push forward and kill your enemy. Don't throw yourself away like that. Alright, so we've got more battle cruisers on the way. Could go 3-3. I mean, I have a fairly large army. I should probably just menace his 3rd base. And then do the battlecruiser reload as I'm going. I've got 2-2 and he's got like 0-0, so... he has some Vikings, but I do have a decent amount of stuff on the ground. I think I can probably catch his Vikings out and kill them. So, I'm okay with that. Stim right on top of his army. He doesn't have anywhere near enough to stop that. Kill his Vikings. Catch his tanks as they're deploying. There we go. Not really a big deal. I think we can just kill him with this, actually. I don't think he's got anywhere near enough to stop me. Nah, not even close. You can overstim and just wreck his economy from here. No GG, of course. Alright, well that was fairly easy. Oh, I got a Terran decal. That's nice. I think I'll stick with the one that I have, but it's nice nonetheless. Performance-wise... I was supply capped for 2 minutes, which is pretty terrible. I could definitely do better than that. But if we look at the graphs, my army value was actually like significantly less than his around here, but he didn't do anything with it, yeah? So he had a bunch of tanks, I had a fairly weak army, and I was sort of farting around trying to figure out exactly what I was gonna do. And he didn't exploit that. Like, he didn't know. The scan came in at, what, 10 minutes? So, really, this didn't help me at all. He could have probably attacked me here, and I wouldn't have been able to do much about it. So, that's a thing. Resource collection rate. So I knocked him down a little bit here, but for the most part, it was quite equal. There was a big spike here. I assume that was the muling, and then this was where I killed all of the mules. So, everything sort of fell down there. And he didn't buy any upgrades, which is very silly. You can kind of get around it by having a lot of tanks, but only if you properly protect your tanks. Because tanks don't really respect upgrades. So, you could absolutely fight a 3-3 army if you have a lot of tanks, if they're properly positioned. You just don't really want to. And you need to protect those tanks, because if those 3-3 Marines get into your tank line, then your tank line just melts. And I did a decent amount of damage to his workers. I got up to about 60 workers. I'm getting a lot better at getting the right number of workers. He never really went above 40, so he was relying a lot on mules. That was okay. Alright, let's see where this goes. Alright. So the game is ready. Okay. You want to maybe load me into it? Okay. Yep. We get it. Game ready. It's not bloody working. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. Wonderful. Another Terran with a Protoss icon. He's a trader. We must scourge him. Come on! Loading times today, good lord. Unnecessarily ridiculous. Ah, it's a good track. MacVaff's Streets of Rage 2 remix, Badass Posse. Definitely need to get an overlay that actually shows that stuff when I'm in-game, though. BNet is a bit dodgy today, from what I can tell. It seems to be quite slow. It's lagging a bit, so not ideal. Alright, so let's see what we come up against. I mean, that was pretty standard Marine tank for the most part. The early harass definitely did the job. I should certainly do a bit more than that. It actually didn't do that well, come to think of it. Like, the Reaper harass was incredible. The fact that you let me take 4 kills for that Reaper is just ridiculous. I think BNet is actually just performing really badly today. Like, that's the second person that I've had lag. And if I can stream, then I shouldn't be lagging. If I was... my stream would be lagging as well, which it's not, so... yeah, I'd say that this is pretty piss poor. And as I've said many times before, this is the reason why, at least for tournaments anyway, they need to have a damn line client. Again, lock that damn thing down. Lock it down. I don't even care if you give it to the general population, but for the sake of tournaments, this is the kind of thing that needs to be stopped, you know? Imagine if this happened to WCS.
What's going on?
Additional supply depots.
Farcical, really. Streets of Rage may very well have been the finest soundtrack of anything ever released on a 16-bit console. And yes, I do mean better than Chrono Trigger. Sorry. It just is. It's that good.
Not enough minerals.
Did I GLHF this guy? I can't recall. Where's the log? Yes, I did. Good. All is right with the well. Lots of new subscribers, incidentally. I need to, once again, get an add-on, I think, that lets me track you guys, because the list that I get from Twitch, it takes about half an hour to come through, and it's usually out of date, so it doesn't really help that much.
Not enough minerals.
It's a good map for Reapers. Very easy to scout. Absolutely worth building one, I think. Easy to get out too, which is perhaps one of the most important things. Like, if you get the scout and you don't lose your Reaper, that's fantastic. So, any map that lets you do that, it's kind of brilliant. Just slightly concerned about that SCV might have been a little early. Let's just double check it's not building anything around here. Probably isn't, but let's just double check. It seemed slightly off. But then again, Heavy Rain is not that big, so that's probably it. Yeah, it wasn't anything dodgy. I mean, there's not really much you can do that's dodgy. I don't know, proxy triple racks? Marine push? I don't know. I don't think so, though. What's that he's building? He's going factory. Okay. He's going pretty early as well. I think he's building Banshee. Yeah, I have a feeling there's Banshee on the way, so I'm going to set up against that. Just that factory's really, really early. He has 2 Marines, which indicates to me he didn't build a reactor. So I have a feeling he's going tech lab. We're going to double check. I can actually make it around and probably out again. So we should be able to get a decent amount of information from this. There's a tech lab on it. Could just be tanks, but that's fairly early for tanks. I'm going to get down a missile turret. Try Hellions. Scan goes down. I get a Widow Mine just in case. This is a little bit of a strange remix. I should probably get my hotkeys set up so I can skip in game. In fact, you know, I'm just going to do that now because that's kind of silly. Not the biggest fan of that. It's a mech, actually. Okay, misread that a bit. Alright, might be vulnerable to drop play. So let's just do that. Of course, get Stim, and I get some Hellions out, and just try and do some damage. Need to watch out for drops of his. Probably come in from the right angle there. Missile turret in the corner might shut that down. Definitely need to get some of this work done. Okay. Full Marine to Hellion drop. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do to his natural with that. My gas mining has been just atrocious up to this point. I'm sitting on a bunch of money that I can't spend, which is just dumb and entirely my fault. My SCB count isn't high enough. Yeah, I'm all over the damn place right now. A couple more missile turrets down, just Widow Mine or Hellion drops a risk here. I've got to do some damage because I'm pretty sure I'm behind. Wow, did he really just get that down? He actually did. That's ridiculous. Get some SCVs. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh! Brutal. Just absolutely brutal. Man, that is a huge amount of damage I just did to him there. That was absolutely worth it. I'm probably going to need my own tanks, though. I don't think I can do this without tanks. He's going to get aggressive. He's going to push out on me. I've got to use the cliff edges to try and gain momentum there. I am going to, of course, need... In fact, you know what? Screw it. This needs to actually be at the front. Let's make sure that I cancel that. Get a tech lab down there. We need more barracks, more supply depots, just more anything. I mean, I've done a lot of damage, but that might trigger him to attack, and I don't actually have the means to defend myself at this stage. A couple of Vikings would be good to get a little bit of air superiority. Kind of stuck on... Actually, I've oversaturated this space and undersaturated this one, which is weird. Okay, I'm definitely getting enough gas now, I think. So, we need... Oh, my still supply blocks, come on.